How often should you be doing new playlists on your YouTube channel? We know it's incredibly important to make sure that our playlists are up to date, that the things inside of our playlists are organized in a fashion that is going to be most beneficial to our viewers, but we also want to make sure that we're updating those playlists. We do not want to just leave those sedentary playlists forever and ever. Sometimes they're outdated and you don't need them anymore. Sometimes they are a little bit behind and you need to tweak them, you need to adjust them, and sometimes you need to add new ones in. Oftentimes we will get very settled in the playlist that we are creating on our social platforms and we'll set it and forget it. But it's really important to make sure we are checking in. So on your YouTube channel, I highly recommend that you are checking at minimum quarterly on your playlist. And I want you to go in and I want you to see, is there anything that just doesn't make sense for my channel anymore and I want to remove it? If so, remove that. Check in and see, is there anything that's outdated on my playlist, but is still valuable to keep in a playlist, just not something I'm really going to use very often. So we're just going to let it sit. I want you to go in and say, okay, what is still relevant with my playlist? Inside of those playlists, do I need to shift videos around? Do I need to add things, remove things, reorder things? What do I need to make this the most practical for my viewers? And then you need to go through and see, okay, do I see any reoccurring themes? Have I changed the topics that I'm talking about? Has my path in my career changed a little bit? Has my navigation and my guidance for my followers shifted over the last year, which it should have, because we're growing and we're changing and we're evolving. So you're likely going to need some new playlists, or you can very easily see a playlist that's going to be more actionable for you and for your followers. So once a quarter at absolute minimum, I want you to go in and check your playlist to see what you need to revamp, what you need to restructure, what you need to add in. But it's also important to go to your channel, your YouTube channel. So often we go into our studio and we do all the behind the scenes things. We see all of our analytics. We go through every valuable piece of content that they give us, but we don't go directly to our channel to see what our viewers are seeing. So we need to make sure that we are checking that our playlists are then structured in a way that is going to be most visually representative of the process we need our followers to follow. So you may need to rearrange those playlists on your channel page. You may need to, based on what you're seeing on your channel, go in and restructure your playlist. Because sometimes if you go directly into the playlist, everything is good. But when you see it visibly referenced on your page, it's going to maybe click some things. It's maybe going to trigger a couple of, oh, this should be there. This is definitely an important part of this playlist. I need to bump that up so that it's represented in the first couple on the channel. So it's going to allow you to see that visual representation and help understand the flow that you might not get just from looking at the content you are creating. Now, the nice thing about playlists is that you can set it a bunch of different ways. You can actually move the videos into the order you want. You can have them as newest videos to oldest or oldest to newest. You can have it even set on the most popular. So there's options for you when it comes to this. I personally like to maybe pick some of these things and then restructure it so that the most valuable, most actionable are at the top. Now, sometimes you're going to have a playlist that's like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Make sure they're all in order. Make sure they're all visible there. Every once in a while, you might have forgotten one. You might have missed something. Something might have gone down on your channel. So you need to double check to make sure that it is accurate and a good representation of your business and brand. So making sure once a quarter that you are checking on this is incredibly imperative to your success on YouTube and to your success as a business. Can you do it more than that? Absolutely. You want to do it once a month? Check in. That is a great thing to put on your calendar, pick a day, and every time on that day of the month, you're going to sit there and you're just going to take 5 minutes to examine it, tweak things up, and then do maybe a big overhaul once a quarter. I like to make sure I'm checking in because my content kind of shifts. I kind of change what I'm talking about a little because here I teach social media strategy. I teach you about TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and live streaming. I teach you about influencing and how to grow your business online. And sometimes I lean very heavily into one section because they're doing a lot of platform additions and new changes and things you need to know about. And I might want to bump that up a little bit. I pay attention to my analytics. I watch what you are paying attention to on my channel. I know who is leaning into TikTok and who is leaning into Instagram and what is most important to viewers right now. And then I can go into my channel and bump that platform's playlist up a little bit higher. I can rearrange them however is going to get more people to stay, subscribe, click through, and watch things. I am making playlists designed to help people and to bump up my watch time so I can get more monetization. So you want to make sure that you're going through, you're actively paying attention to what your focus is, where you're focused on for people, and I am going through and then changing it however I need as often as I am able to jump in and do that. For me, I like to double check once a month and then do a big look into it once a quarter, but you can do whatever works best for you when it comes to maintaining the health of your YouTube channel. We've got a full playlist on how to thrive on YouTube, plus daily videos helping you navigate the world of your social media marketing and content creation. So follow along for more, hit that subscribe and notification bell, and we'll see you in the upcoming episodes as we continue to help you make this your most profitable year ever, with least amount of stress and overwhelm and time commitment on the content you're creating.